It seems like just about every other day when you turn on the news or you go on social media or, you're reading an article, there's drones in the news. Like it's becoming so common. And most of the time, it's not for good reasons. Like right now, there's so much negativity out there about drones, whether it be related to the battlefield or drones crashing into cranes or national security issues and all kinds of things like that. And there's so much negativity about drones. And what I'd like to do today is kind of take a step away from all of that and kind of focus on the positive things about drones. Like, I think people sometimes forget that what you see on the news is not necessarily what drones are all about. Like, this is what drones are all about. People fly drones and buy drones for different reasons. Most of the time, it's just to have fun, to capture amazing imagery, to record memories, and sometimes to make a little bit of money with them. Like, prosumer market is like so big right now. And so I think people need to understand that drones can do good for people. They can create jobs. And I think people need to learn more about the basics of drones, the concepts, the rules, and what they're capable of. And so that's what I hope to do with this video today is just give you a little bit of information about that. So I think it's kind of nice to stay away from the negative stuff once in a while and just focus on the positive. So the first drone that I want to show you here today, this is the DJI Neo. And I want to show you this one first because I think this is the perfect drone for beginners. Like if you're just even slightly interested in flying a drone, the Neo is the way to go. Because number one, it's the most safe drone right now. You can see it's fully protected by these propeller guards. It's like if you crash this thing, it's probably not going to break. I dropped this thing from, I think it was 150 feet and it crashed to the ground, didn't break, still worked. It was awesome. So if you crash into anything with this drone, it's gonna like, it's gonna survive and it's not gonna wreck whatever you crash into. Also, you don't even need a controller for this drone. You can just use the button on top. Like you can just fly this, walk down the street, it'll follow you, it go around you. Like there's so much functionality in this little drone. Now, the bad thing is the image quality is not the best on this drone. You're not gonna get any professional looking footage from this, but you're gonna get things that you can share on social media. And I think that's really fun for, for the younger generation and even for people that, the older generation, maybe you're confined to a wheelchair or whatever, you can still fly drones. You can fly any of these drones, if you're confined to, if you have mobility issues or whatever, but I think the Neo is a great option for people like that. So yeah, and the pricing, unbelievable. Regulation friendly. You don't have to register it with the FAA, or in many other countries, you don't have to register it. So great, great drone. Now, the next one I want to show you, this is the Mini 4 Pro. Now, the Mini 4 Pro has been out for a while, but it's still one of the most popular drones out there right now. And I think for so many different reasons. Number one is the image quality that you can get out of this drone for what you pay for it is incredible. Like this camera system was revolutionary when it came out. This drone was actually revolutionary when it came out because a drone this size with 360-degree obstacle avoidance and a camera system that can capture amazing looking video footage and also photos was just revolutionary. And so people really got into this drone. And I think people are still into it now. Now, of course, it's fading. Like interest is fading in it because the next version of it is out, the Mini 5 Pro. I do have plans to review a Mini 5 Pro here on the channel. I actually have one coming. It's in transit. And when it gets here, I'll check it out and make a video on it so you guys know what it's all about. But anyway, the Mini 4 Pro is still pretty popular and it's coming down in price. Very safe drone. Again, you don't have to register this one either with the FAA, unless you're going to use it professionally, unless you're going to, do some real estate stuff with it or, any kind of professional aspect, use case, you're going to have to register it. But if you're just going to fly for fun, you don't have to register the Mini 4 Pro. So, the battery life is great. The wind tolerance is great for such a small drone. So yeah, wonderful option if you're looking to get into a little bit, better quality than the Neo. Now, the next one I want to show you, this is the Air 3S. And this drone right here, this is the workhorse of my fleet. I use the Air 3S for just about everything, whether it be for flying for fun, real estate. I use this for my real estate. Once in a while, I'll use the Mavic 4 Pro, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Everything I need to do for real estate, what I use is the Air 3S is just plenty. I feel like the Mavic 4 Pro, it's a great drone. Don't get me wrong. Like, but it's very expensive. And what you pay and what you get from it, I think this is a better value. You know, the Air 3S is, it's not quite half the cost of the Mavic 4 Pro, but the capabilities are better than half of the Mavic 4 Pro. I hope that makes sense. But camera system is great. Obstacle avoidance is great. Like, there's so many good things to say about this drone. Battery life, wind tolerance, signal strength. I think I maybe, since I've had this drone, lost signal once. And that's because it was in downtown Minneapolis and I was around a bunch of skyscrapers. And so, yeah, the signal strength on this, unbelievable. You don't have to worry about losing your video feed. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Air 3S. And so this is the ultimate prosumer drone. So if you're definitely going to use your drone for commercial purposes, then I would move up and I would get the Air 3S. If you're not ready to buy it yet, just wait till you are ready, save the money, and get the Air 3S. And you don't have to save as much as if you were going to get the Mavic 4 Pro. So that's a good thing about it. Now, the last drone that I want to show you, this is the Avata 2. And this is a hybrid, I guess, FPV drone. So you fly this drone using FPV goggles. Now, this is a little bit different. It's still GPS drone, like you can still use it as a GPS drone, or you can fly it manually. You can, fly it without having GPS control on it. And that's tough. I'm going to tell you right now, very hard to learn how to fly FPV. And I am learning right now. I'm using the simulator on a daily basis. I'm trying to get better at flying FPV for a number of reasons, but I think it's the most fun that you can have with a drone. You guys, FPV drone flight is such an incredible experience. If you've never done it, if you've never tried it, I would highly recommend getting into it. And there's a lot of different options out there, a lot of cheap options to get into FPV drones. There's a variety of, introductory packages that you can get. And I think, this would be a little more advanced because it is more expensive, but so fun to fly this drone. The battery life, not so great on FPV drones, but you get an incredible rush when you fly this drone. And the image quality is actually really good. And so I have used this a couple of times for real estate, but, for the most part, I use my camera drones, but this is such a fun drone. And so, yeah, so that's my recommendation. If you're looking to get into drones, depending on where you are, on the spectrum, start with the Neo, maybe move up to the Mini 4 Pro. If you're ready now, get the Air 3S. And if you just want to have an all-around super fun, experience, get yourself an Avata or an Avata 2. So yeah, hopefully I was able to provide you with some information today that was of value. If I did, click on that thumbs up. I'd be interested in hearing any comments that you have and anything that I showed you today. I'd love to have a conversation and visit about anything that you gathered from this video. I do enjoy visiting with you guys. So become a subscriber if you want to learn more, if you want to learn about drones, if you want to get into the hobby. And, that's kind of what I try to do here is help people learn about all there is to know about drones. So yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching today, you guys. Have a great day. And as always, fly safe and fly smart.